Alrighty, so the new Estarossa is here, and I wanted to sort of mess around with him as a free-to-play before I sort of invest into him or anything. If you watched the summons video, we did only get him 1/6. We had to go all the way to the 900 mark, but I got some other decent pulls in there if you want to go see that. It is up on the channel, but I do not have any of his extra cosmetics or anything. I'll hide myself. The only thing that I've done is leveled up this UR piece that he starts with, but I don't have any of his paid cosmetics. He literally has one weapon at the moment, 2 haircuts because you get one of them from Affinity, and that is basically it. So he is basically as free to play as he can be at the moment. We're going to be playing ungeared, which I normally don't play, but I was kind of messing around and I I lost a couple of games in ungeared already this week, so I've kind of dropped down a little bit, and I just figured it would be a good point to or a good time to go ahead and test this out before I push for Champ 1 a little bit later in the week. So I definitely, this is the team that I think people use the most and consider the best team with him. But as a free-to-play, or like as a lower ult level, or as a lower CC team, I would recommend that you run Evasion Food, and I would also recommend that you probably run Chandler instead. And that sounds kind of weird, but Chandler is going to help out so much with survival. It's kind of insane because with a 1/6 Esta and him not having any of his cosmetics, he can die pretty quickly, which is definitely not what you want to happen. So I don't really want, or I almost want to use the Tarmio link on Chandler with this team, and I think I could probably get away with that. That might be the better option, so let me actually swap these two around, and then we will hop into this thing. I don't think it'll, yeah, I think it just removes that one, so we'll just put him on this. But 183 is not terrible, and I do have all 3 of these characters actually 6/6'd, and these 2 characters specifically have completely maxed out cosmetics, but Melly is missing a cosmetic piece, he's missing a weapon if you don't know, and Chandler is also missing, I think, a weapon as well. Yeah, he's missing a weapon and a haircut, so I don't have all of his cosmetics completely maxed, but he's got pretty decent CC, which then again, we're in ungeared. So we're going to be using Evasion Food, we're going to be using a taunt unit. I think this is going to be the better setup. That'll give us a little bit of time to sort of, like, I don't know, hopefully survive long enough to get a good amount of darkness stacks on. I do want to say, even with him being, you know, low ult, low cosmetics, he still does an insane amount of damage once you sort of build him up. Like, that's where he shines for sure. I still out CC this guy, even though he has cosmetics on. That's kind of interesting. I guess it's because he's probably using Glocks and he's not level 100. So let's go ahead and move that. We're gonna go ahead and waste the melee AoE here. I'm assuming he has Evasion Food on as well. He does not. Okay, very odd. So you want to use as many AoEs as you can because it'll put on stacks of darkness for the entire enemy team, which is definitely good. We got 2 more AoEs, which is pretty nice as well. And we have the counter up. I think normally in an aggressive team you would try to use AoEs and then get rid of the flood cards. That way while you're full HP, you do a good amount of damage. Decent counter there. And the counters with the Chandler team, the counters do actually put on darkness stacks, which is very good. So I think we're in a really good spot to win here. I'm really surprised I guess just because these 2 characters aren't level 100, his CC is just really bad, which is very interesting. So let's go ahead and I guess just we'll put on another counter, because why not? We'll use the level 2 AoE. And Estarossa is the biggest threat, so I'm going to get rid of Estarossa, I think. I don't know if this is actually going to kill or not, but we're definitely going to try. Which then again, once we get darkness stacks on everybody, this like covert action skill, as they call it on global, does a ton of damage, like absolutely an insane amount of damage. We tried in the live stream that we did when we were testing the character out, we did geared PvP first. And I have to say, he was shredding through characters. Even the Bond team was getting like decimated, which that's geared. This is ungeared. So let's hop into another one. Alrighty, we got another match here. Okay, so we've got some unknown. This one's gonna be a very interesting team because obviously the attack seal is what's going to hurt us the most here. So I definitely want to probably put up these two if possible and try to get Flood Card out on Merlin, because the more damage we can do to her and get her out of the way, the better we'll be. Because we don't have, I mean, we'll be able to use the disable cards from Chandler here, but if we get attack sealed, which I'm assuming we will, we basically won't be able to do anything with Estarossa or Melly, so that is very, very bad. Good counters, hopefully. Depending on how much the counter does here, I might be able to kill her with Chandler. I think we will. Ooh, and she's encroached. This ought to be very interesting, actually. Good damage out on Rimuru as well. We don't have another whatchamacallit, we don't have another taunt, but that's okay. We're gonna use, I think we're gonna disable Melly because he's already used the Pierce card. So 26k, that's not too much. She was encroached, but if we would have been able to use an Estarossa card there, you probably would have seen some insane damage because it reduces all of their stats by 40%, which is just insane. Like, that is so much like decrease. So we're getting infected here. Not a huge deal, I don't think. He's disabled, so he shouldn't be doing too much damage at all. And I think he's using the Amplify as well. No, he's using double Pierce. Okay, that's fine. If he was using... So this is one of the things that would be kind of nice with using him with Estarossa, is that Pierce card would definitely put on a lot more stacks, which would be very good. I think what we're going to do is... We could put Encroachment up on somebody. He's still disabled, so I think we're going to go for something like this. This actually, I think this might be a bot. I can't really tell, but I think it is. So this will actually kill. I was kind of hoping to get the encroachment off. All right, going for Bond here in the back. Nothing crazy because he didn't have any darkness stacks on. But he's still disabled, so I didn't want to go too crazy on him. We can use the ult here, and then I think we'll try to use this covert action skill, the Tentacle Blade. And see how much damage we do at that point. He's got pretty good crit resistance and crit defense as well, so he definitely has that going for him. I guess we could disable him again, or we could use, well, I think we'll disable and then use this, because Melly will keep like losing stacks as we attack with him, so I don't want to. I mean, I guess it would be, if you don't use them, you'll lose them kind of deal, but oh well. We should kill here, actually. This is, yeah, he got encroachment on. Ungeared level 1 encroachment, or level 1 covert action did 227, so that's not bad at all. This ult's probably going to hurt quite a bit. I think Melly will die, probably, depending on his ult level. Okay, ooh, we almost all died, so that's not good. We need to lifesteal back as much as possible, so let's go for... I kind of want to counter, but at the same time, I think disabling him and getting another stack on would probably be the better play, and then we can try to lifesteal and then use the flood card. So let's see how this does. That actually didn't do as much as I was hoping it would. Now he has encroachment on. 84k, and we weren't even full health. He's disabled too, so he's not going to have... he's not going to be able to, like, detonate me here. Still does really good damage, though. Alright, and now he loses all of his stacks, which is very bad. So let's disable him again, I guess. Use Zeldris to put on another stack. And then hopefully we can kill here. We're at pretty decent... Ooh, very close. Bond's still probably an issue. I'm surprised. In geared PvP, the Bond team was not as much of a threat, I don't think. But obviously, it seems to be a little bit different now. So I guess we can just use this, because why not? And we should be good to go. I think that should kill, hopefully. I don't know. The 1.6 is kind of weak. 62k is not great, but one character, ungeared, is what it is. Alrighty, what do we got? Okay, so we have another unknown team. I think this team is probably going to be very popular because of the attack seal. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to run Gloxinia, because he'll be able to cleanse, but I guess this is a good showcase on what you might be encountering. So I'm definitely interested. We could push an ult, but since he used that first, he'll probably get Dissolve out on me, which is unfortunate. Yeah. So we can't rush ult anymore. This is not looking great. That was a lot of damage on him. Or not a lot, but a pretty good amount. So I think we go for... I think we disable Gother if possible. And then we'll merge these. I'm wondering if he's using evasion. He's not. Okay, so we disable Gother. He can't rank up now. He can't attack disable with him. We'll see how this goes. We'll see if he actually attacks into Chandler. It looks like he's going to attack seal again with Merlin, so we should get some decent counters off here. Unfortunately, we aren't going to have another counter, so it's very possible we lose here. Decent damage, decent darkness stacks as well, but you just can't win them all. Get Melee closer to his ult. He still has Dissolve on us, so that's a really big problem. We're going to keep disabling Gother for the moment because I don't want that to be a factor for him. But I think he's in a good enough position. He can basically kill Estarossa, I think, whenever he wants, because he has the Pierce buff on as well now. Yeah, disabling our healing is also a big problem. Alright, kills Estarossa here. He's giving Melee some stacks, which is good, but he now has ultimate for 2 characters. So let's go for... this. Maybe we kill Merlin here. We do. Okay, that was actually a lot more than I was anticipating. Bam. Decent damage. Level 3 counter. Alright, so he is disabled completely pretty much for 2 turns, which is good. So his ult shouldn't do anything too crazy. The damage on it might still be pretty good. I'm assuming he's just going to rank up into an attack seal here. Alright, he's ranking up everybody. Attack sealing. Hopefully he isn't able to kill Melee and we can come back and win. Okay, Chandler dies. Not a huge deal. Would have been nice to get that ultimate off, but oh well. We might as well just put on the dissolve so that way Gother doesn't get his ult. We'll see how this does. This is a 6/6, so decent stacks. Ooh, good damage. Alright, well, somehow we were still able to pull that back even without a cleanse, which is very nice. Still attack disabled. But he shouldn't. I mean, he'll probably have a stun. He'll probably stun Melee here, which is just going to be more annoying than anything. We'll just merge and probably put a dissolve on. It's just going to be a matter of me, I guess, beating through this annoying team comp at this point. So I will be right back. We'll hop into another one. Alright, so now we have a little bit more of an interesting team. He does out-CC us here. Ooh, really good Estarossa pulls, though. We should be able to ult rush with him and get a stance off, hopefully, which will be really good. Hopefully, even if he rushes towards getting the ult reduction with Deanne here, it shouldn't be the biggest deal in the world. Plus, with him having, the stance up, we'll do extra damage with our ultimate. So that should be pretty nice. So let's go ahead and put up the taunt, move this card to merge, and then we'll get the flood off. Now we have our ultimate, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, he does have Tarmiel Link on, so that might be a concern. I think we definitely go for the AoE first beforehand, so we put more darkness stacks on everybody. Don't have... depending on who attacks, we'll have more darkness stacks there as well. The one weird thing, like, surprisingly, I'm not running into the issue, but normally with Assault Melee on the team and Chandler on the team, you would think, oh, like, why would I attack at all? Like, why would I attack into a counter? That would be just ridiculous and dumb and not worth it. But because Estarossa builds up and does so much damage, they're really forced to, which makes it insanely better. Like, it's actually pretty nuts. So 1/6 ultimate, I'm really interested to see how it goes. Let's go ahead and do this thing. Let's see what we got here. Puts on a couple extra stacks. Let's see it. 1/6 lowers their attack by 20%, I think. 258. Honestly, I'm super disappointed in that. That was extremely disappointing. That sucks. That was awful, actually. Like, the festival ultimates are just dumb. Like, absolutely disappointing. What else can you do, though? I kind of wanted to put up another counter, and I maybe should have instead of using the encroachment or the Dark Leap skill, or I say Dark Leap, but it's not Dark Leap on global. But oh well, I guess. All right, we should be still in an okay position, I think. I'm kind of afraid of Liz healing and getting her passive built up and everything, so that's probably a big issue. Nellie's ultimate is also a really big problem here, and we don't have any Estarossa cards, so I guess let's hope this beats through it. Okay, that does break it. Level 2 disable. Actually, decent damage there because he has the encroachment on at this point. And we'll see how this goes. I'm assuming he'll probably kill Chandler this turn. Still don't have any Estarossa cards in hand, so that's really disappointing, but let's see what happens. Boom, boom, boom. So he's not going to get the cleave. He's not going to get the disable where it gets rid of any of our stuff. He doesn't put any sort of lowering on us. It's just going to be pure damage, which is pretty unimpressive if you don't have all of those extra effects on. He might kill himself here. Ah, I forgot that the shield was on, so pretty close though. All right, can't complain too much there. I think we'll go ahead and just ult, put up another counter, and then I think we get rid of King if possible. We'll see how this goes. Okay, breaks through the shield, no problem. Ooh, encroachment on her. I might have should have taken advantage of that, but I forgot that it was going to be activated this turn, so kind of a rip, but we have ult on melee now. All of these darkness stacks are going to go away, though, which is kind of unfortunate. You gotta have to be a little bit mindful, I think, with like making sure that you're going to pop encroachment at the right time. Actually did not do nearly as much, and that counter was actually ridiculous. The encroachment's kind of nuts, kind of insane. All right, we should be good now. I think we have one more game. I'm not positive. This might actually have been the last game. I'll have to look after we finish right here because I wanted to do 5 matches. What do we got? So honestly, I mean, not a bad game. We do have one more game, so let's go ahead and hop into that. Alrighty, what do we got here? Ooh, okay, so this one could be pretty troublesome. Blue Lily is a really big powerhouse. We also have to worry about ignites too. I really don't run into Kios almost at all anymore. I think Kio's almost been kind of phased out at this point. Okay, going for melee. Definitely an interesting play. You would think that people would go for Estarossa, but I guess not. He had double pierce, so not too bad. All right, very, very interesting. So we definitely want to put up the counter because that would be a huge, huge misplay if we didn't. Let's try to get rid of Kio maybe, or at least get some damage out on him. 2 flood cards here. 47k, not too bad. Now he has 1 darkness stack on. Goes up to 55k. Not awful. He still has decent AoEs with his team, so I think Melee might die. But if he does, we'll actually clear a lot of hand space, so we could potentially get some decent Estarossa cards in hand. Decent counter there. Alright, throwing the present at me. That's a lot of damage. We're going to heal a lot of it back, though. Alright, he doesn't kill Melee, so I guess that's good. And kind of bad. Tough spot here, because I don't want him to merge or do anything too crazy. I think we try to get rid of Kyo for sure. So let's go for Kyo. I maybe should have just rushed an ult here, but my ult's kind of unimpressive, so I'm not super thrilled to use it. 149, not bad. Basically 150 there. We were dissolved either way, so I couldn't have really went for an ultimate, so that's fine. Now we have to worry about him with full ultimate move gauge. He's probably going to eat through Chandler here now that he's got the buff. Depending on if he has any Pierce cards also. Okay, he does. Doesn't do as much as I was expecting. Boom. Ooh. The more darkness stacks we have on, the more basic stats we increase. I think it's 5% each time. I think we're in a good spot. I think we're in a really good spot. Yeah. So now we can basically use this. Use this. That'll definitely kill him. And then just in case, we'll use the covert action. Yeah, Melee's built up enough to where we're doing really good damage now. And that's it. That's the game. Very interesting. Like, this is pretty unimpressive because he didn't have any darkness stacks on. But, you know, what do you expect? But overall, I mean, just he's really strong. Like, he's a really interesting character. He's perfect for this team because they all play off of each other so well, which is really fun to see. But I don't know. You definitely want to invest in him for sure. That's why I'm wanting to record this. I'm recording it in the middle of the day because I really want to get to his cosmetics and see how much it changes him. So yeah, definitely interesting. The ult is unimpressive at 1/6, which I guess, I mean, what do you expect? It's the lowest level, but even then, like, Netmarble is just so bad about putting ridiculous, like, improvements on ultimate levels for festival units. It's actually really annoying. So oh well, still not bad. I mean, if that was appealing to you or interesting at all and you already have some of those characters built, I definitely recommend that you get him while you can. But he will be on future banners and stuff like that as well, so it shouldn't be the end of the world. If you want to save, I completely understand. It's not the greatest of banners. A lot of people are at least waiting until you know, Ominous Nebula Zeldris gets sort of like shown off and everything, and we see what he does, and I would not blame you for waiting and seeing what he does as well. So that is it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.